Alright, this would be chapter 2, part 1. And to remind you that this story is for mature audiences because it's very dark. So, I'm in this foster home. Every morning, I was given an egg sandwich for breakfast. And this was like every day. It was like a casual thing, it was a scheduled thing. I always had the egg sandwich and like orange juice. And I wait for the bus. Now, going to this school, it was very hard, and most of the students are like me. We just broken, angry, passive aggressive kind of kids. And it was kind of just a normal thing for me. Once in a while, kids will just flip the fuck out, start throwing desks, and just angry, just acting out with no control. I remained pretty quiet until, like, if someone bothered me. And I remember there was this girl. Everyone picked on her because she had really, really short hair. Like, really short. And it's because she had lice a few months ago, so she had to shave her whole head and clean up everything. So she probably had, like, that much hair growing out of her head. It was just, like, she looked like a boy, but I thought she was still pretty. So I talked to her and I try to make her feel good about herself and make sure she doesn't feel ugly. Because everybody just shat on her every day, and I was kind of just her only friend. I remember holding her hand and walking her around and telling her that, I don't know, I think she was the most prettiest girl in the school. And so it's not like we started dating or anything. We just became really close friends. And I had feelings for her. And this was probably like around the time where I start feeling more attracted to girls, because I was attracted to boys first. And we'll call her Kay. So Kay and I, probably for the next few weeks, together, we do little kisses here and there, and I was happy. I didn't feel too alone. I was excited to go to school, and oh, it was a great feeling. And it made me feel so bright and warm. I'm getting excited for school. I try to look all handsome, do my hair, and just get ready to see her. But then she moved away. It was just one day I went to school and she wasn't there. And I overheard the teachers talk that she's moving away to, like, live with her parents. Probably was, I don't know, not around here, so she moved. And I guess she didn't even know herself because she didn't tell me or anything. And I think that's when school for me started sucking. It just felt, again, anything I get that makes me feel good is just stripped away from me. So I started being friends with random, kids. I don't know. I just was drawn to like the weird kids. I never liked the popular kids or the pretty kids as much as they invited me in. I just didn't want to be involved with them. And I don't know. I always like making people feel good about themselves. And I don't know. People deserve a compliment daily. Like I try to do that for each of my friends. I'd be like, "Oh, that's a cool shirt," or "You look good today," or if there were girls, I would just say, "You look pretty," or "You look cute." And I just started getting more aggressive at school. I started acting out because everything just felt really shitty. So I started becoming one of those kids that starts throwing a desk and everything else. And uh, I got suspended from probably like 5 different schools. Because I remember when I was younger, I had so many different schools, and I've only been there for a few weeks or months. Eventually, I was trying to think because I don't have this scripted; it's all my memory. So I think it must have been I was homeschooled for a little bit because my foster mom was also a teacher, so she homeschooled me until we got into a special educational plan, and I ended up going there. And eventually, I started talking to my mother again. I was getting phone calls and mail and messages and stuff. So all the positive things that my mom and I were having, like, oh, I'm finally having a little brother, and it was just chance and not. So this would be like my third brother, like the middle child, and there's 5 of us, including myself. And I was excited because I'm gonna be a big brother to him eventually, and eventually I started going to this new school. Um, I tested boundaries from it, like I was running away and I was trying to see, but this school was they don't care. They know you're a trouble kid. They're gonna take you in anyway. It's a special educational place for kids like me. But this school, they'll put their fucking hands on you. They'll restrain you and they'll lock you up into a room. And uh, I remember too, because when you get angry, you get that extra burst of strength and shit. And I remember there was 2 teachers, 2 grown adults trying to pin me down to the ground, and I just didn't fucking budge. I held on, and I couldn't throw them or punch or anything. I was restrained, but I didn't go down whatsoever. Eventually, they started trying to swipe my legs so they can catch me off, so I can fall down and stuff. Eventually, I just played it cool, and I just went to this tree and I just chilled there. And then when I got home, that's when I took off and then started drinking and chilling with like the older kids that was smoking weed and shit. Just even though at the foster home, as much as this woman treated me pretty well, I don't know, some parts of me, I still treat her like shit, and I regret that so much. I'd steal from her, and I insult her, and all she was doing was just trying to be a foster mom, but this she generally cared about me, and I was so blind to see because I was so full of anger and hatred from all the past foster homes that treated me like shit, and my own mom, and as soon as I see something good, I was too blind to see it. And to this day, it really bothers me because I wish I can contact her and talk to her and apologize for being the worst person. to her, and I can't I can't find her contacts. I can't do anything. So that part rests on my heart heavily, and I can't just deal with it. And I miss her. I miss her a lot. And this was about 10 years ago. And I still miss her as if I've seen her yesterday. And I miss that fucking woman. The only one that treated me so well, and I treated her like garbage. Even though I was at this year with her too, I just ran away and I was just drinking and fucking around with other people and girls. And back then, like, I was a troubled kid. I had like a different girl each week, and I was drinking beer, and I wasn't really smoking weed, but I was probably secondhand smoke, or how that works. I lived a pretty hardcore young preteen childhood there. And then I got when I was in therapy, they were telling me that my mom, I get to visit her like in person. And this is probably when like the third brother came in. They'll be like the fourth child. The youngest is my sister, and the one before that, this will be Cassius. So I went to go to a plane. I went back and forth from New Brunswick to Ontario probably like 4 times through planes, just to visit her in person. And everything was really well. I felt like my mom changed, and everybody seems happy. And my brother Chance wasn't around because he was at his father's, and it just felt good. It kind of filled a little bit of the emptiness I was feeling. But then, had to go back to, to Ontario. So it kind of hurt every time leaving. And I was just back in Ontario. My mom always told me, like, be good, do better, and everything else. And I just agree to disagree. Just agree and be like, yes, mom, I'll do good. But then when I get back, I just did my own thing either way. I know when I was with my mom, I act like a whole total different person. My mom then thought I was really innocent and I was a virgin and I didn't do any of these crazy things. I was just an angry kid. But in reality, I did a whole lot of stuff at a young age. Like, too experienced and too smart. Why I feel like I'm ahead, or I feel like I'm 60 sometimes with that experience. So I so now I'm getting daily phone calls from my mom. We're building up the family idea, and my foster mom was heartbroken because uh, she wanted me to stay with her because she loved me, she cared for me, and I said I can't. I want to go live with my family. I want to go live with my mom more than anything. I want this opportunity, and she's like, "You're not ready. You're not ready to take on this big." And I didn't understand what she was saying, and I was like, "No, I've been away from my family for so long, and my brothers. I haven't. It's been way too long, and I felt good about it." So during that week, it was, I feel like she was trying to sever our bond because she was very spacious away from me. There was no more breakfast. There was no more in that good everything. She was just really not talking to me. I started packing my bags each day, and I left a lot of my stuff behind. I just packed just my clothes, and that was it. I didn't care about the toys or consoles or anything. I just took off. And that plane ride was a hell of a ride because the whole time I was thinking about all those things I did back in Ontario. I'm not gonna see those people again. I'm not gonna talk to them or anything. And I made quite a bit of good friends as much as I made the bad ones, and had a lot of plans in future with those people. And I just took to pick my family over all that stuff because I just wanted to be with my family. I even think now, here and there, just what are those people up to lately? And I do miss some of the girls I was with because, I wasn't just sleeping around with them. I have built connections with them, and we were all friends. We didn't, and I had to make my big boy decisions and pull up my big boy pants and do what's right, kind of thing. And I just passed out. When I woke up, probably like an hour later, and we're really close there. I told myself, I was having a pep talk with myself, that I'm gonna be different. I'm gonna change my ways. I'm not gonna be so angry. I'm not gonna be like a whore anymore. I'm not gonna drink. I'm gonna be the best son my mom could ever have. I'm gonna be a really good brother to all my smaller ones. I'm gonna be a role model. I'm gonna be a really great kid, so she can show off and be prideful. Like, I have my mom back. I'm gonna be with my family. I'm gonna try to be the best kid that she ever had. So I was so motivated. I was excited, and when we got there, I saw them at the terminal, and we were just waving and excited, and everything was going really well, as everything I pictured. All my siblings and my stepdad and my mom, and we're all happy, and we hop into the van and we head home, and I'm unpacking, and she showed me around the place, like, this is my new bedroom and everything, and I'm just really happy. And that's when I started feeling more emotions coming through. I start feeling like that anger is just fading away, and I can be a normal person. I can be a normal kid again. As much as I've been through so much. But sometimes expectations don't meet reality. And those regrets that I made from going, and the warnings that my foster mom told me, I should have really put more thought into it and listened, because it just went downhill from there. And I guess I'll end it here because it's almost been 20 minutes. So the next part, chapter 2, part 2, I'm finally back with my mom. And I'm going to continue off the story as much as I can, because I've been having morning shifts alternating between late night shifts, so I'm having a hard time sleeping and trying to make these videos more frequently. But thank you for watching and taking the time to know the story of my life. And next part is be uploaded when I can. Just be patient and subscribe, like, whatever, what YouTubers do. And thank you.